This is Terrance from Suffocation, and you are watching Army of One TV. Stay metal, my friends. Alright everybody, this is Terrance from Suffocation. I guess I've been there since the beginning, early 1988. Suffocation has been a long-time New York band. We've just come out with a brand new album, pretty much our 9th one. It's called Of the Dark Light. We're very excited to be here in New York at the Gramercy. We've been out on the road with Morbid Angel, Revocation, and Withered for a little over a week right now. This is how I'm doing this interview with you guys for Army of One TV. Keep listening to it and supporting the underground mining. Basically we're very excited to have this new album out on Nuclear Blast June 9th. It's a newer style album, but yet we tried to keep everything as organic as possible. So with what you hear on the album, we all actually played it. It wasn't something that was just unrehearsed, cut and pasted, like everything else. Although it does have a newer sound, we have some newer members in the band, Mr. Eric Maratti and Charlie Arago. Also, we have another singer with us as well. Even though Frank is on the album, you guys, he's always going to be with us. He's Frank Mullen, Unfortunately, he can't tour much. So, on with that, we have Kevin Muller. We also have Frank Mullen singing on our new record, and we're really, really excited about it. It's got a great cover, good concept. Just something I hope you guys listen to, and plus it's always in the vein of Suffocation, very aggressive music. You get a chance, get the record, come out and see us live. In the early 80s, well actually it would be late 80s more like it, probably like 87, 88. Me, Frank, and Josh, and Mike Smith, and all of us, we used to hang out at our local mall and just go there and play video games, be into mischief, how us kids are, pick up girls, that whole 9 yards. And we literally just sat down at a food court and we were just tossing names around, and it just seemed that one stuck. So we just decided to name the band Suffocation. We never would have known it would have ever went, 29 years later. Obviously, nobody ever thinks that that's going to happen. But I'm very fortunate that we actually came up with the name, stuck with it, and really it was just like an oddball thing. It wasn't something that we really thought we would think would last this long. So that's how we ended up coming up with the name Suffocation. To be honest with you, us kids, back at that time and age, certain music had just really started getting more noticed. Slayer obviously is always a big influence. It's always been a big influence on me and the rest of the guys in the band, just like, older bands like Metallica, the early stuff, not so much the newer stuff. Either way, still great bands. They're still kicking it. And, we just heard that really aggressive style of music and just kept trying to push more and more towards the speed aspect. And of course, a band like Morbid Angel, who we've been with, Altars of Madness came out, they had Pete Sandoval, freaking Pete the Commando. And from that point, once we heard a little bit of that, it was just a natural progression for us. So everybody started really working on their chops more, working on their speed more, tried to arrange more things of an aggressive nature, and it just stuck with us ever since. So, don't get me wrong, the speed part is always a great thing. It has its area, it has its time and place, just like the heavier aspects of Suffocation do. So we try to make a good medley of both, but we're still considered a blast beat grind band, so you know what you're getting when you get a Suffocation record. Over time we've kind of developed a certain formula, fatal to our flesh. You know what I mean? And we kind of use that throughout the course, even when we have member changes, even when things just don't go the right way for the band internally. Because I've been there for so long, I pretty much have a solid grasp on, what we've been doing. I know all the music and everything like that. So when a new person happens to come in, it's always a setback, but it's something that I know that I can go and do and teach younger people or teach newer people. So with that, kind of makes me pissed off. It still keeps the aggression, and as I said, we never want to change what Suffo's integrity is or what it had been from the beginning. So even to this day, like on our new album, Of the Dark Light, we did do an older song off of Breeding the Spawn, which we happen to put on every record because the production on that album just really wasn't very good. But the music was great, and I think that every time that you hear a Suffocation record and you get that one recorded song, you can get it put into a context of how Suffocation is keeping its integrity and keeping its music and keeping its sound relatively the same since 1989 all the way up until now, 2017. For the writing of this record, it was done like in pieces. So, you know, as soon as Pinnacle of Bedlam was done, being recorded in 2013, we immediately started writing for a new record, but doing it slowly because we've had so much touring to do and things like that. And, you know, as time went on and we did all the touring, all the songs finally it came together where me and Derek will do the majority of the writing, at least at this point. You know, sat down and thought up a concept, thought up what we would like to see as a cover. You know, having to get the new members up to par with the older songs and the newer songs, it took a little bit of time. And finally, in November of 2016, right after we did the Summer Slaughter tour with Cannibal Corpse, Nile, Revocation, Ingested, like Carnifex, once we had gotten home, we immediately just went to the rehearsal room to tighten everything up for the new record. So we spent about a month in there. And then we went to our good old sound man, Joe Sincata, who happens to have a facility right next to our rehearsal room. So for us, it was like kind of a formula that we've been using for a while. Joe, we got him right out of school. He's been doing sound for other bands like Obituary, Creator, Body Count. He's done sound for Cannibal Corpse. He's done sound for like a lot of bands, including us. So it was good to be able to go in there and track with him because we could come right out of the rehearsal room, just wheel all of our stuff over to the recording section part, which of course we're always in there anyway, and lay down our tracks. From that point, it was probably about the end of December of 2016. We sent out all of our tracks to Chris Zeus Harris. We've seen him before and heard his mixes. He's done Lamb of God, he's done Hatebreed, he's done quite a few things. A really good engineer, and he mixed and mastered it. So from there, it's just a couple of months until we're finally going to get the release out. So, you know, it's a pretty heavy trial. We've been very busy over the last few years, and we're pretty proud of what we've done. I hope you guys enjoy it. After this, we have about a month off, the month of July. We're doing this tour. It started the 18th of May, and it ends July 1st. So we're out on the road for about 40 days, 45 days. We go home, we spend the month of July at home. I'm going to throw a nice party there for all my friends. Have a couple bands playing. Then come August, we go over to Europe for festival season. Tentatively, we'll be over there with Power Trip, really cool band, hardcore band, also, you know, got some metal edge to them. They've been doing really well. We look forward to playing with them. Once August is done, September, we're looking to try to do some South America dates, you guys. So we'll be down there, come and play for you guys in the Heart Attack bands that we love so much down there. After September, we're hoping, this is still tentative, to do a Canadian run because we haven't done anything up in Canada. This tour doesn't go up there, so we kind of feel like we're missing a piece of North America. So that'll be for October. Then we're looking at the end of November to December to come back through the United States, and that'll finish out the end of the year. So that's what we tentatively have planned. I hope it all works out because, you know, the band really works hard to be out on the road and wants to play in front of you guys. And next year is a whole other ball game. We're going to try to go into different territories. We'll try to get to Japan, try to get to China, Russia, Indonesia, Thailand, of course Australia, New Zealand. Get all that out of the way because there's so much flying. It's very hard for us to just get over to that side of the world and just stay over there and play. So there's a lot of coordination that goes on there. It takes a lot of time to arrange. Just simply, you can go to Indie Merch and order online from us. You can also go to JSR. You can order from there. We have a couple of independent distributors. Buddy of ours, Pervenir, who's down in Indonesia, is distributing some shirts. So those are the main ones. You can always check out Suffocation on Facebook. So we have our official Facebook site there where you can pick up all the information on our touring and whatever's coming out new. And we just hope that you guys check it out. You know what I mean? Also, Nuclear Blast. You can always go to Nuclear Blast. They've been very supportive of us. Been very supportive of a lot of underground and metal bands. Probably the best label out there for this kind of music. I have to say thank you to them. Thank you to all the fans that have been listening to us for years.